Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this from Bank XRP. TCS BANCS Research Journal Issue 16 highlights Ripple as part of its multi-rail cross-border payments framework, integrated via API alongside SWIFT, WISE, and DLT networks. This reflects growing institutional alignment towards interoperable, blockchain-enabled settlement systems. Now, when they say alongside SWIFT, that shows me that you're going to have two options in the future. You could continue to utilize SWIFT, which is slow and expensive, or you could use Ripple solution, and it's fast and cheap. This is how I think Ripple will steal SWIFT's business over time, as just being an alternative. And this comes from BD. My prediction model shows XRP reaching $1,000 by 2070. Guaranteed. Here's the timeline. Now, I don't know if I could keep you all positive until 2070. The good thing is, I think it's going to happen a lot sooner than that. But I thought that was a great post, and I had to share it with all of you. Ripple services supercharge G Treasury operations, allowing blockchain efficiencies to empower CFOs and Treasury operations globally. Take a listen to G Treasury here.
Yes. So it's been a whirlwind. I've signed the deal actually flying over Australia and talked to our customers there. Right. It's an explosion of excitement. Mostly right now we're in the 8th stage of education, right? A lot of treasurers try to understand not what crypto or stablecoins can do or what they are, but what does it enable them to do? And so this faster pace of money movement will allow for use cases that they've never thought about before.
Right.
Tell us a little bit more about that. I mean, what does this combination with Ripple actually mean for treasurers? Give us an example. You mentioned some companies that everyone knows about, American Airlines being one of them. What does that mean for the treasurer there?
So first off, it means, one, that they can move money faster. I think one of the things that Ripple enables us to do is think about the piece of execution and bringing innovation. So all of a sudden, we orchestrate 13 trillion of payments on behalf of our clients. Now we will have an option to make a different type of payment. Whether our clients take it or not will depend, but also we manage 250 billion in the accounts that we monitor for our clients. And think about a time where they can now move money instantly and get yield. What we notice about those accounts is on nights and weekends, there's virtually no activity. So imagine a world now where Ripple brings a product that can make that money work. So when we talk about this deal, there's a lot to talk about, but one of the really interesting things is around making the money more active.
So when he said it's up to their customers if they want to utilize it, then he starts talking about yield. So think about these companies. Their money's just sitting there over the weekend doing nothing. Now they could put that money to work for them. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to utilize this solution. Ripple CTO explains why XRP Ledger doesn't need miners or smart contracts. So Schwartz says that you don't earn from transactions and exist only to help nodes agree on one global order of transactions to solve the double spend problem, contrasting with Bitcoin and Ethereum, where miners or stakers are paid to include transactions in blocks. XRP Ledger validators provide services to the nodes, not account holders, he explains. So essentially, he's telling you why the XRP Ledger is cheaper than Bitcoin and Ethereum. and why we don't need mining our smart contracts. People continue to argue with David Schwartz about what XRP Ledger is and what XRP does. I don't get it. It's 2025. By now, people should realize what David has done. We wouldn't even have XRP if it wasn't for David Schwartz. Everyone should be unbelievably excited. Take a listen to this right here.
Everyone should be unbelievably excited. You know, after XRPL and XRP are over 13 years old, the crypto space is maybe 15 years old. It's all happening now. This space, for the first time, is going mainstream in 2025. Part of going mainstream means that there are people coming on board, incredible institutions here at Swell who are building services, integrating, but they're mainstream by definition because they're doing other things also. And that means for them, a month is super fast, a quarter is fast. And so I think in the crypto space, the time frames that people are familiar with are just getting pushed out. And there's a little bit of relearning how to interpret the news flow as a byproduct. But I will unequivocally say we've been around for 7, 8 years now. I have never seen it feel as inevitable as it does right now in this year that crypto is arriving to update the financial system and will be a mainstream asset class.
What have I been saying? The new financial system is absolutely coming, and it's coming in the short term. He sees what I see. I've been making videos since 2022, the worst time in crypto, and I have never, ever seen anything like what we're seeing right now. Institution after institution making announcement after announcement about crypto. Institutional adoption isn't coming. It's already happening. And we haven't even seen the big wave yet. Wait until we get regulations and we see a flood of institutional money hit this space like never before. This is not years away. This is already on its way. Ripple might be creating a yield product using Flare and the Palisade wallet. Flare is currently a customer of Palisade. This would give institutional exposure to F assets. I'm sure when Ripple acquired Palisade, they probably already had Flare in mind. I'm sure Brad has made this strategic acquisition to benefit Flare as well. Bring institutions on board Flare so they can earn yield. Uh-oh, that's not a good look. This comes from Mr. Man. I was wondering why the Chainlink crowd has been so quiet. On November 4th, at 5:45 a.m. UTC, the Moonwell protocol was exploited via a Chainlink Oracle malfunction. That reported secondary market prices, leading to a $1 million loss. So that's why we haven't heard any Chainlink FUD for a while now. You know, some things work, and they work perfectly. They're battle tested, and every institution out there knows it. That's what the XRP ledger is. Link does something totally different than what XRP does. There's no competition there. But now Ripple is also creating oracles. And that's going to be very big as well. They will no longer need Chainlink in the future. I don't know why people treat the crypto market as a place to get rich quick. They heard stories of one person, a dev, getting rich from a meme coin they rugged, and they all think they can do the same thing. Or a bull market means always up. I'd argue it's one of the most difficult places to get rich. Finally, somebody posted it. Because this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You got to have the stomach for crypto. You got to be able to go through a red day and have it not phase you in any way. You look at your portfolio and you're like, okay, my portfolio is down today. Then you look at the price of XRP and you're like, okay, today's a red day. And you just move forward. No emotions, No panic selling. You just make it through it. And if anything, you buy the dip. But most people cannot do that. They don't have the stomach for it. I learned this a long time ago. I've watched the XRP plummet down with the Ripple versus SEC case starting back in 2020. And I said, I'm buying more XRP. I don't care what Gary Gensler says. And look at how it turned out. Even on red days, everything looks horrible and it's like the sky is falling. But you know what happens next? We get a green day and everybody's excited again. But if you came into crypto with the assumption that it's a get-rich-quick scheme, you will learn very quick patience, or you will end up selling way too soon. Trump regulator making sure that the debanking era is officially over. So now banks that are debanking people in crypto are going to face fines. And that's a good thing. There won't be any more debanking going forward. And I think banks finally need to realize crypto isn't going anywhere. They might as well try to capitalize on it and get early advantages from it. In other words, if they're a bank and they see all these other banks pushing away from crypto, they should embrace it, because this way they get the upper hand on their competition. I think we're going to see that. Once one bank does it and they start talking about it and they're gaining that competitive edge over the competition, that will set off a network effect. Appeals court judges question Sam Bankman-Fried's claims over FTX solvency. So now it looks like Sam Bankman-Fried wants an entire new trial. And I think he's also pushing for a presidential pardon. But will Trump give him a pardon? I don't think it's going to work with Sam Bankman-Fried. FTX, it was devastating when that happened. Plus, he was getting embraced by all these politicians in Washington right before the fall of FTX. We know about the money laundering scheme as well. So here's Sam Bankman-Fried's legal team. They're appealing. And a former SEC senior trial attorney breaks down the odds. Take a listen to this.
If you lie to investors, if you lie to your creditors, if you lie to banks, if you lie to customers, that's considered criminal, especially when billions of dollars are at stake. So I don't see him as being important enough in the crypto ecosystem to merit a pardon. But again, predicting what will happen politically these days is, let's just say that there are a lot of things I'm happy to bet on, but that would not be one of them.
So he's saying that he's not an important enough figure in this space. Who knows? I think CZ got a pardon, but Binance, I mean, I know Trump has some ties there, and I'm sure there's a lot of money being made that we don't know about. But when it comes to Sam Bankman-Fried, I think it's highly doubtful that he will get the same pardon like CZ did. And I doubt he's going to get this appeal as well. He cost a lot of people a lot of money. And even some of these celebrities ended up paying fines, undisclosed amounts in fines as well. But when that happened, it was the worst time in crypto. And I thought to myself, this is going to bounce back. And there were people saying it's over. Wrap it up. Crypto's done. But I knew it was going to bounce back. And look at where we are today. U.S. sanctions North Korea's crypto network funding nuclear programs. So more sanctions. U.S. Treasury sanctions North Korea crypto network. Now, they don't talk about which cryptocurrencies are involved here, but it was $3 billion in cryptocurrency to fund DPRK's nuclear weapons program. And of course, they're going to get that money back because everything is tracked in crypto. People don't realize that yet. You know, you can't trace paper money the way you could track and trace crypto. But people are starting to find out that how transparent the blockchain actually is. But it's all about illicit transactions. And the reason that this makes headlines is because it's tied to crypto. Most likely it's somebody that hates crypto that wants to leak this information or write articles about it. Because some people, they still want the crypto crackdown to continue. Other people, they see it as innovation and they want it to push forward. But no matter what happens from here, XRP holders, they could stay in the current system and we will still get rich in the end. They could go over to the digital system. We get rich in the end. The rise of AI will make us rich in the end. That's what's great about being an XRP investor. You already know you're holding the future. And until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.